1 Peter 3, 8, 9, and 10. Ta de telos pantes ha mophrones sum pathes Philadelphoi ius blanchnoi tape naphrones me apodedantes kakan anta kaku e loidroian anti loidorias tu nantian de eulagutes hati estuta eklethete hina eulagian kleran eulagian klerane mesate hagar thelon zone agapan kai iden hemeras agathos pausato tein glosan apokaku kai kele tu me la lesai dalam. So translated, these three verses, Peter is saying, finally, everyone, and you have to supply the verb to be. Finally, everyone be of one mind, sympathetic, showing brotherly love, and being kind-hearted or merciful, and humble-minded. Okay, so your verb in that sentence is implied. Now 9, do not return, do not give back evil for evil, or insult for insult. But, let me pick up this but, on the contrary, bless, because for this purpose you were called, and here's the reason, so that you might inherit a blessing. And then verse 10, for the one desiring, so there's your article and the participle. So for the one desiring to love life, okay, that's your infinitive there, to love life, and to see good days, let him keep, there's your imperative, let him keep the tongue from evil, and the lips, and do not speak, and the lips do not speak guile. Okay, let's look at these verbal forms, and I've got a couple of things that I want to show you here that we haven't talked about yet. And here's apodidomi. This first verb, I wrote it out because I want you to see something. You've got apa, and then this is reduplication, this delta iota. And the actual stem is delta omicron. So where does this omega come from? Well, up here in the singular forms only, that omega lengthens in didomi, tithemi, and histemi, in the big three. So just note that. It's always long omega in the singulars, but it reverts back to its actual stem when it gets to the plurals. Then you add the participle morpheme and the ending. Eulogeo, pretty straightforward. That, take the omega off, and when you combine this epsilon with this u, it goes to a circumflex, so the e gets assimilated into that ending. So eulaguntes. And then kaleo, interesting, if you've ever wondered on these second aorist, how do they change spelling so much? Well, I'm going to explain that to you. The kappa alpha lambda reduces to what they call zero grade. The alpha falls out and it leaves you with kappa lambda. Then the epsilon right here, see that epsilon? It lengthens to eta, so you end up with the augment and then the second aorist stem, which is now clay, and then you add your passive marker and your inflected ending. And then clay rho nomeo, again, you're just using take the omega off, and you have this lengthening of this vowel to eta. So we'll take him off, and you just join everything together. A sete. Clay raname sete. Okay, so that's how you get that. Then on verse 10, pretty straightforward here. You take your stem, which is thel, and you put on your participle ending, your nominative participle ending. Agapao, with this infinitive, take off the omega, you have this alpha here, comes, and I just rewrote it over here, comes before the stem and goes to on. So what you have is agap on, and that's your infinitive form. Here's adon. This is actually an aorist form, but when you want to turn that into I believe it's an aorist active infinitive, remember you take the augment off because there's not the time element in an infinitive. So you're left with your real stem, which is iota delta. So you have id, you take off that ending there and add your infinitive ending, and that's how you get idane, which is right here in the text. In pao, you just simply take off the omega, you've got your lexical form, add your sigma alpha and your imperative endings there, ta omega. And laleo, I just rewrote it over here. You've got another contract vowel, verb, and so this lengthens, and it goes to lale plus the infinitive ending there, and that's how you get that.